What is hell? I maintain that it is the suffering of being unable to love. Why is it that the good people of this world are often called naive, foolish, or even idiots? Fyodor Dostoevsky, the literary genius who delved into the depths of the human soul, grappled with this very question. He asked why those who are kind, forgiving, and selfless are frequently misunderstood and ridiculed by a society that values cunning and self-interest. This question was central to his work, especially in The Idiot, where the protagonist, Prince Myshkin, becomes a symbol of goodness mocked by the very world he tries to heal. Dostoevsky believed that good people, those who sacrifice their own interests for the sake of others, are not naive or foolish, but are instead extraordinary beings who embrace vulnerability as a strength. These individuals expose their hearts, knowing full well that they might be hurt, betrayed, or ridiculed, but they do so because their faith in humanity and their hope for a better world outweigh their fear of pain. In a world obsessed with power, wealth, and self-preservation, this willingness to be vulnerable is often mistaken for weakness. When someone forgives instead of seeking revenge, society often labels them a fool, asking why they did not fight back or retaliate. But to Dostoevsky, forgiveness is not weakness, but an act of immense courage. Forgiveness requires strength, resilience, and a deep understanding of the human condition. Yet the world rarely acknowledges these qualities in good people. Instead, it exalts pragmatism, cunning, and self-interest, which often seem more effective in achieving immediate success. This, Dostoevsky argued, is the tragedy of human existence. A world where the very qualities that make someone truly great, kindness, empathy, and selflessness, are undervalued and misunderstood. Dostoevsky believed that true goodness comes with suffering. To be good is to feel deeply, to empathize with the pain of others, and to carry burdens that are not your own. This emotional depth, while beautiful, often leads to isolation and rejection. In The Idiot, Prince Myshkin is exploited, mocked, and ultimately rejected by the people around him, not because he is foolish, but because his purity and goodness shine a light on their own shortcomings. His kindness challenges the cynicism and selfishness that dominate their lives, making them uncomfortable. And yet, Dostoevsky did not pity Myshkin or others like him. On the contrary, he exalted them. He saw their suffering as a path to truth, beauty, and the diviner transcendence that most people cannot comprehend. For Dostoevsky, the so-called idiots of the world are not weak or naive. They are closer to the essence of what it means to be human. They embody a purity and a courage that few can achieve, and in their suffering, they find a deeper meaning that eludes those who prioritize power and pragmatism. Let us consider the irony of this situation. Pragmatism and selfishness often seem to triumph over kindness in the short term. A person who lies, cheats, or manipulates may achieve quick success, while a kind and honest person struggles. This is the harsh reality of the world we live in, a world where the values of compassion and selflessness are often seen as liabilities rather than strengths. And yet, Dostoevsky challenges this perception. He asks us to look beyond the immediate outcomes and consider the deeper, more profound impact of goodness. When a good person forgives, loves, or trusts, they plant seeds of hope and humanity that can inspire others, even if their actions are not immediately recognized or rewarded. This is the ultimate rebellion against a broken world, to choose kindness and compassion in the face of hatred and cruelty. Dostoevsky's message is clear. Good people are not idiots. They are warriors of light in a world that thrives on darkness. Their so-called idiocy is not a flaw, but a reflection of their refusal to conform to a society that has lost its soul. They choose to believe in love when surrounded by hate, to extend a hand of forgiveness when others demand revenge, and to hold on to hope when despair seems inevitable. This, to Dostoevsky, is the highest form of wisdom. It is easy to be cynical, to give in to the pressures of the world, and to prioritize self-interest above all else. But it takes immense strength and courage to remain good, to continue believing in the possibility of a better world, even when every force around you tries to convince you otherwise. So, what about you? Are you willing to be the idiot who forgives when others hold grudges, the fool who loves when others hate, the naive soul who believes in a better world, even when everyone else scoffs? Dostoevsky's challenge is not an easy one. It requires us to embrace pain, rejection, and struggle. It asks us to carry the burdens of others, to feel deeply, and to remain vulnerable in a world that often punishes vulnerability. But it is also a challenge that offers profound rewards. In choosing goodness, we find a deeper connection to our humanity. We touch something transcendent, something divine. We become part of a legacy of hope and light that defies the darkness of the world. Goodness may seem like idiocy to the cynical, but to Dostoevsky, it is the ultimate act of rebellion, the ultimate expression of wisdom and strength. Let us honor the idiots who dare to be kind, who refuse to give in to hatred and despair, and who remind us of the beauty and potential of the human spirit. Let us too dare to be one of them.